What is up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we are doing a hero ranking over Nick Fury's cards. If you haven't seen it already, the Digging Deep episode is out for him. That's where I take his hero pack and go through all four aspects: aggression, justice, leadership, and protection. And we took him against MODOK in all four games. This is my first impressions of the cards for that encounter, so take that with a grain of salt. These are my opinions of the cards. Obviously they're going to work better in some other scenarios, especially if I rank them bad, even though they're actually good, and some are good but work bad against other ones like Ronin, for instance. Before we get into that, selfish plug, shameless plug, whatever you want to call it, please like and subscribe. And also, if you haven't seen, I wrote a book, Ring Chosen. It is on Amazon, and there is a YouTube trailer out. Links for those will be in the details below. Otherwise, let's get into this. Alright, first card we are looking at his Alter Ego, and I do not have my scores out. Hold on. Was I ill-prepared? Maybe. Okay. Alright, we're starting with his Alter Ego, which is here. Alter Ego I made a 3. It's a 4-cost recovery, shield, soldier, spy, suit up, set up, put your suit form upgrade into play, assault, side face up. Like I've said in some of these, I'm not the biggest fan of setup abilities, even though my favorite hero has one. But this one actually has something else you can do. Infiltrate action, change to stealth suit form. If you attack a bunch with the assault form, you can flip to this, flip it over, and start getting those that threat back onto the suit. That's why it's a 3, hand size 6, and hit points 10. Moving on to the hero form. Hero form I made a 4. 2/2/2, great stat line. I mean, it's average, which is good. I like average. It's nice. Shield, soldier, spy, gather intel response. After Nick Fury makes a basic thwart, place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade. So every time you thwart, you are gaining a threat on your suit, which is what you want for Nick Fury, to really buff him up and make him stronger when he makes those attacks for that final push. Break cover, force interrupt. When you attack, change to assault form. So when you change to him, you're in assault suit form. So I believe how the timing works, you can use the assault form with the attack that you're using if you have the threat to pay. You know what I'm saying? Which we'll get into in a second here. So this is a 4. I think both of these are really good abilities, and his stat line makes him a 3 already in my book, and this bumps it up to a 4. Moving on to the assault side of the card. The assault side is a 4. When you attack or move up to 3 threat from here, this attack deals 1 additional damage for each threat removed here. So, and you can stack this. There is no limit to how much threat you can have on this. So when you attack, you flip over. You can remove 3 for a total of 5 attack that turn. Not that turn. That action. That action. But you can also use attack events and remove threat from here to increase those attack events, making this really strong, which I like. Moving on to stealth. Stealth is going to be a 3. Where's stealth? There it is. Upgrade stealth, item tech, suit form permanent. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. Place 1 threat from that activation here instead of on the main scheme if there is 5 or less threat on this card. So this was going to be a 4, but then it turned out to be a 3 because I may have played this wrong during my games, but I kept forgetting about the 5 or less threat on this card. So if there's like 7 threat, you can't remove 1 from the scheme, or from the scheme that they're scheming. So it's basically like, hey, you can't use the ability anymore. You should flip it over and start attacking to reduce it. That's, I'm assuming, how they created it, so it would work that way. Be like, hey, if you're staying in this form, they're going to scheme out, so you better flip and start doing some damage and stuff like that. That's how I see this design right now. Moving on to Maria Hill. Maria Hill is, what did I put her as? I put her as a 4. 3/2/1/3. Interrupt when Maria Hill thwarts. Place the remove threat on your suit form upgrade. So this is why this is a 4, because you're removing 2, which is automatically going to your suit, no matter what form it's in. So you're increasing that assault form or stealth form. Now this could be really strong, especially if you buff her up, or if you could possibly Ultron her. to get a bunch of thwart. I think wait, how many cards increase thwart? I don't know, but if you can increase it, that would allow you to put more threat onto the suit form, which is very good because that's what you want. Moving on to concentrated fire. Concentrated fire I put as a 3. These are not in any order, I'm just placing them up there. 2 cost event, hero action attack, deal 4 damage to an enemy. This attack gains range. If this attack defeats an enemy, choose place threat on your suit form upgrade equal to that enemy's printed scheme, or change to stealth suit form. This is a 3 because I think 2 for 4 damage is fairly decent, but it also gains range, so you can get over past that retaliate, which worked well against MODOK. Now, if you defeat an enemy, hopefully they have a high scheme. That way you can add that to your suit. Otherwise, this part for MODOK, it didn't really help that much. It would only add like 1 or 2, sometimes 0. But changing back to stealth suit so you don't have to flip to your alter ego is also really good. Yeah, that's why that's 3. Moving on to, nope, we already did that. Covert surveillance. Covert surveillance is a 2. 1 cost event, remove 2 threat from a scheme. If you are in stealth suit form, you may place that threat on your suit form upgrade. Otherwise, you may change to stealth suit form. Now, this is a 1 cost event to remove 2 threat from a scheme, which is still very good, especially for side schemes or just the main scheme, and it puts it directly on your suit. Very good card, but I think during my gameplay I didn't draw it as much, or I didn't play it as much. And it gives you the opportunity to change to stealth suit form to stay in hero form as long as you can, I guess, afford it with how high the main scheme's going up. But yeah, I don't think I played it as much as I should have. That's probably why it's 2. There's another one. There's 3 of them. Spray fire. Spray fire. I put as a 3. 3 attack event. Hero action attack. Choose a player. Deal 3 damage to the villain, and each may engage with that player. This attack gains ranged. Ranged again. Overlapping. What's the word I want? Going over the retaliate, and that's dealing 3 damage to anything that's out there on the board. 3 for 3 for multiple enemies. I think that's a good. That is a very good steal. Moving on to Fury's Flying Car. I put that as a 2. 2 cost support. Exhaust Fury's Flying Car and remove 1 threat from your suit form upgrade. Ready Nick Fury. He gains the aerial trait until the end of the round. Very, very good card, but I did not play it as much as I should have, because as long as you maintain those threats on the suit, you can ready Nick Fury at least once on a turn. And it gains the aerial trait, so you can pair it up with some aerial cards. Still a good card, but I just didn't play it as much. Safe House 221. Safe House 221 is a 1 because I rarely play this. I think I played it once. Alter Ego action. Exhaust Safe House number 221. Choose. Heal 2 damage from Nick Fury. That's always a win. Place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade. Now, I would only use this for the heal 2 damage from Nick Fury. Because place 1 threat on your suit form upgrade, though good, every time I would have this, my health would be lower than the need to place more threat in here. So, yeah, that's why it's why. Going on to EM Shield. EM Shield is a 2. Should be higher, but I didn't get to play it as much. 2 cost upgrade. Preparation, tech. Interrupt, defense. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, discard EM Shield, prevent all of that damage. So you could go, if you're in stealth mode, you can attack, flip over to assault. If you have a lot of threat and event cards, attack event cards, you can play a bunch of those using the assault ability to gain it up, to bump it up by 3 if you have the things. And you're in assault mode now, so they have to attack you, so you can use this to block it off. Still a really great card as long as you plan it out. But I think I did use it, and I try to get out there as much as I can, but some things happen. Eye patch camera. Eye patch camera is also a 2. This one I didn't get out as much either. The upgrades, I really couldn't get out that much. When any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme, discard eye patch camera, place up to 3 of that threat on your suit form upgrade instead. Usually, when I had my engine going, I was getting plenty of threat on the suit already, and discarding these upgrades, I don't like to do, so I don't even play them. So this kind of seems, it's a very good card to bump up those threat. But for me, I just wasn't feeling it. Moving on to Furious Watch. Now this is a card I do like. Furious Watch is a 3. Resource: exhaust Furious Watch and remove up to 2 threat from your suit form upgrade. Generate a mental resource for each threat you remove this way. So as long as you keep getting those threat on here, this 1 cost upgrade that stays out can be 2 mental resources each time, which is phenomenal. I love that. Moving on to Intelligence Analysis. This is actually going to be a 0 because I did not play it at all. When you reveal a treachery, discard Intelligence Analysis, remove 1 threat from your suit form upgrade. Cancel this effect of that treachery and discard it. Nope, I used it once. Now, the same thing with Black Widow. I don't like messing with the encounter deck that much because I'm always scared of what's worst. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like if I get rid of 1 card, the next card could be even worse. So I don't like playing that way. Maybe I could. Maybe I could if I look up some real good decks for it. But I don't know. It's just not a thing I like to do. Moving on to Secret Agent. Secret Agent is going to be a 2. Now, this hero response. After you resolve the ability of a preparation card you control, move 1 threat from a scheme to your suit form upgrade. Now this is good if you're playing those preparation cards, but like I said, I don't usually because they're always being discarded. So this card wasn't very out often for me. I think there was 1 game where I played with this and using the preparation cards. I think that may have been the Justice one. I don't quite recall, but yeah, it's a decent card if you're playing that way, but I just wasn't. That is all the cards we have here. So it's kind of spread out a lot. And I was kind of surprised by what the score that it turned out to be. But the score that I gave it is a 6.5 out of 10, which is surprisingly low when I had a lot of fun playing him. But that's just how, looking at each individual card and then how I ranked it against the others, that's how it fell. 6.5 out of 10, my first impressions, even though it's probably higher than that when I play him. That's how it works. Please let me know if you disagree with it, if you think it's higher, if you think it's lower. What cards did you like? Which ones do you think are higher? Do you think this should be higher? I'm sure some of you do. Or do you think something should be lower? Let me know in the comments below. As always, please like and subscribe, check out the book, and then we'll see you next time. Deuces.